Hello there, this is Banjophobic, and I've had a few requests over the years for my version of Vince Guaraldi's Christmas Time is Here, which is that beautiful song that we're all familiar with from the 70s that's featured in the Peanuts Christmas cartoon. And my version just kind of came from me loving those cartoons and loving that song, and I didn't have any tab to work from, which I hardly ever use tab anyway. And this version just kind of came up from me listening to the original recording. It's in the key of F, and it modulates to the key of D flat. And it's kind of an intimidating tune if you're not used to playing jazz type chord progressions or jazz chords on the banjo. The right hand doesn't have anything to do with stroke style, more or less. My version is just following the melody as it relates to the chords, because this is a chord-based melody, which means if you play the chords of this song, 95% of the notes of the tune are contained in the melody. So the best way I can explain my version of this tune is just to play it for you and talk you through it. So I'm going to give you a different camera angle, and let's see if the camera hopefully will focus. There we go. And let's start with the chord shapes themselves. It's in the key of F, and it's a little bit too low with the camera. Let's talk about the F. Here's the F major chord using the F shape at 13 and 15. But the melody actually functions out of F major 7, which would be the first string at 14, which is an E note. So I'm going to use the middle finger, and I think I can even get a better shot. There we go. First string, second string at 13, and it's a little bit out of tune. Let me get tuned up a little better. First string at 14, second string at 13, third string at 14, and then the bass string with the pinky at 15. F, A, C, E. F major 7. And I'm not going to give you the melody yet for the right hand. Let's just worry about the chords first. I'll hum the melody and just do a strum. Christmas time is... Now the word here is kind of an odd duck jazz chord. It's a minor major 7, which sounds like an oxymoron, but it does exist. What you're going to do is take B flat, B as in Billy, B flat minor, and convert it into B flat minor with an added major 7. And to do that, it's not as hard as you think. You're just going to move the first string back 1 fret. So I have the first string at 6, which is an A, second string at 7. Second string at 6 is an E, being held with this bar finger. Third string at 6, which is a D flat. Here's my B flat on the bass string. So I have B flat, D is in David flat, an F. I said an E a minute ago, I think it's an F. Yeah, it's an F note, and then an A. So that constitutes a B flat minor major 7. Okay. Now, I'm going to return to this, which is my F major 7. Now I'm ready to go into the next section of the song, which is D minor 6. So that's a D minor chord with a B, B as in Billy. I'm going to choose to do it this way because I want to keep that rich voicing of the chord. I want the bass note included. This is an optional note. You don't actually need that because the melody is going to be sitting over here. But this is just a triangle. First string at 6. I'm sorry, second. Second string at 6. Third string at 7. So I have 7, 6, 7. And the melody is sitting in there, but I want to flavor that with this major 6 tone right here. Now the melody moves down to the 5th fret, second string. And then that evolves into this harmony, which is an A minor 7. Same thing as an A minor chord out of the F shape with the first string moved back. So da da da. Next chord is A flat minor 7 to a G minor 7. Da 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 da. And that winds you up with F6. So it's an F chord with an open D note on the first string. The melody actually goes to an E note, but I would strum that, da, 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 which adds a nice little tonality there. So that's all there is to the A part. Let me go back through the chords again. F major 7, da, 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 B flat minor major 7, da, back to F major 7, da, 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 B flat minor major 7, da. Now we have this D minor 6, and the 6 is in the bass, which is optional. La, da, da, da. Move the second string back to 5, and then form an A minor 7. La, da, da, A flat minor 7, G minor 7, to a F6. So all that would get repeated. So let me play the A part. Da, 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 da. No melody yet with my right hand. Da, 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 dum, dum. Da, 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 dum, da, da, dum, 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 dum. Okay, now after a couple of passes through the A part, you get 2 A's. Now here comes the modulation part. And again, we're not going to do any right hand yet, no melody, just the chords. I'm going to hum the melody. The nice thing about transposing this to the key of D, as in David, D flat, is you get to use the same chord shapes in the opening phrases. So this major 7, this F major 7 chord shape we used here gets moved down here. And now it's D flat, D as in David, D flat major 7. And the melody's sitting in the chords, but I'm not going to give you the melody with the right hand yet, just strum. Da, 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 dum, dum. Okay, what you're hearing there is the same shape we used here. Remember, we called this B as in Billy, B flat minor major 7. In relation to this new key change, it's now D as in David, D flat minor major 7. It's the same shape moved up here to D. So it's conveniently located right here. Here's D flat major 7, la da dum dum, D flat minor major 7. Back around to the major 7, la da dum dum dum. So it swings major minor. Now you're going to have this, which is A minor with a D in the bass. La da dum dum. I'm adding this as a melody note, first string at 12. Now I'm going to turn this into an F7. Da, dum, dum, dum. And to do that, I'm going to have the first string at 10, second string at 10, third string at 8, which is kind of like a Reno 7th version of a bar chord. So that's C, and that's A, and that's E flat. Back to 12. Now I'm going to take this same A minor shape and move it down to G minor, and I'm going to leave the bass string open so I have a D in the bass. Dum, 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 dum. And the easy version would be just play good old C majors, but I'm going to add a sharp 5, which gives me some tension. And that C major sharp 5, you feel that building tension, it leads you back to F, because now it modulates back to the first key, which is F. Da, 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 dum, dum. Da, 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 dum, dum. D minor 6. La, dum, dum, dum. A minor 7 flat, G minor 7, back to F. Okay, now let's talk about the right hand. You have the chords down. That's the hard part. Here's the easy part. I'm going to go through the chords again, and I'll give you a right hand picking pattern to play. And I don't know if I'll be able to get the whole camera shot to work out where you can see the whole neck, but hopefully I can if I keep moving my zoom down. Okay, so here's key of F. Watch my right hand here. The only thing you're hearing that's melody is 1, 2, 2, 3 out of that F chord. I'm adding the bass and a strum or a downstroke. I'm going thumb, thumb, index, middle as just filler. Now when I go to this B flat minor major 7, guess what? Only the first string is melody. but I'm giving you all this to give you that cool, beautiful chord sound, because that is a beautiful chord. La, kind of melancholy. La, da, 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 1, 2, 2, 3. So anything you want to do, roll. You could even try to roll, but you need to make this apparent. Da, 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 da. That has to be really strong and in time. So that's the reason I'm doing this kind of a double thumb brush stroke. And here, I'm making sure I play the melody note first, or strum it. Make sure they hear the first string. Now the melody out of this D minor 6 is 1, 2, 2. Everything else is embellishment. Adding the major 6 over here on the bass string really does add some fatness. Now I'm moving down here this E, which is melody note. And then the minor 7, A minor 7, 1, 2, 2 is the melody. Now the melody moves to the second string. I'm adding the 5th fret of the second string here out of this G minor 7. And then the melody actually goes there, which is an E note, but the chord could be F6. Okay, so here's the right hand picking. Repeat. Filler of your choice. Or F6. Okay. Now, like we talked about, the right hand picking pattern is not scrubs or anything, it's chord based. The shapes that we're using for the B part in the opening couple of measures is the same shape logic that we used in the F part. So even though we're going to the key of D flat, we're using the same shapes for the opening phrase, and the right hand is almost the same. In this case, you don't use the 3rd string for melody, you use the 1st and 2nd. So it's 1, 2, 2, 1. Here's D flat minor major 7, and the melody's on the 1st. Back to the major 7, D major 7, D flat major 7, I should say. And it's 1, 2, 2, 1. D flat minor major. 1st string is melody. When you go to this A minor with a D in the bass, it's 1, 2, 2 is the melody. 1, then do the same thing for this F7, G minor, 1, 2, 2, 1, and then C, sharp 5, and then you're back to the top. 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3 with chord filler. Chord filler with this melody note, 1st string. Then 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1. And then B part, or the modulation, which is D as in David. 1st string. Background of same thing. there's pretty much Christmas time is here the way I play it. Same key as original. And I'll leave the embellishments up to you. You can even put some rolls in there if you think you like it. But I've tried to stay away from thinking too much about any scrunch patterns because I want to keep that same feel. I don't want to turn this into a bluegrass version. So I hope you enjoy it. For those of you who have watched my version and you like my arrangement of the tune, I appreciate you watching. I appreciate the emails, and this will be my little Christmas present to you. It's a great Christmas song. It's really pretty on the banjo, and good luck with it. And I'll just go out by just playing an improvised version. Ho, 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 Merry Christmas.